Oh, hello. Come here often? Hello, my name is Louise and I like to knit. In fact, a lot of people think it's my entire personality, which isn't true, but let's keep up that fantasy, shall we? I've been creating short form content for a while now, probably 10 years, and I love short form, don't get me wrong, but I wanted to flex my muscles in a different creative capacity, so it has brought me here to YouTube. Thank you for having me, thank you for having me. I used to make really cringy YouTube videos when I was in high school and just got such bad secondhand embarrassment that I swore off creating YouTube content for the rest of my life, but here we are. Honestly, it's a little awkward for me because I am so used to infusing my personality into a 2-minute or less video, so bear with me as I get my bearings here on YouTube. Today I thought, why not talk about what I'm actively knitting on right now, what I want to knit on in the next couple of months, and what is really inspiring me as a crafter. So without further ado, let's get into it. My light died. Let's talk about the WIPS, everybody. I gotta talk about what I'm working on actively right now in front of your very eyes. This is the C'est La Vie sweater. This is my second time knitting it up, and I decided to make it a little bit of a Fruity Pebble edition using Qing Fibre's Melted Baby Suri in the color Pride. I don't know if this is still available. I've had it in my stash for a while, and finally one day I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna cast it on. And I am loving it so far. I am 100% aware that this is a little garish for some, if you will, but for me, I just am so looking forward to wearing this with a pair of jeans in the spring. The Melted Baby Suri is so luxurious feeling, and it's knitting up pretty lightweight, so I do think it will be a good transitional piece. I have knit the C'est La Vie sweater once before in Hip Knit Shop's Pop Merino in the color Falling For You Blue, and this is my #1 worn knit. Like, it is pilling so horribly because I wear it 2 to 3 times a week. I just absolutely adore the shaping of this. I love the way it sits with all of the pants I currently own. It just fits in my wardrobe so magnificently, so I wanted to give myself another one. I am a pro knit a pattern twice kind of a person, and how could I not? How could I not? I've kind of been on a cardigan kick lately. Next, we have the James cardigan, which is a gorgeous cable work cardigan designed by Kathleen Meehan for Kelborn Woolen. Everything's in panels. I'm talking like even the sleeves. I put this down because I'm really bad at knitting up neutrals. I have some fun buttons planned for this project, and I hope to get it done by the end of the month, but I probably won't, okay? I do love knitting this particular cardigan in public because a lot of older knitters will come up to me and they instantly recognize that it is Erin inspired, and we start talking about all of the things that they've knit that have been inspired by traditional knitting patterns. And it just like helps me build community when I knit something so recognizable in public. Now, the James is kind of a new pattern. This isn't like a super popular pattern. It doesn't have a lot of projects on Ravelry, but nonetheless, it's still a very recognizable cabling motif. So it does get a lot of attention from other knitters in public. I am personally knitting it up in Cascade's Eco Wool, which is a chunky weight or bulky weight yarn, and I am kind of loving the way it knits up. Now, don't tell anyone, but I didn't gauge swatch this, so I have no idea how this is gonna block out. My next work in progress was in the timeout corner, and let me tell you why. It is another cardigan. It is the Vivian Cardigan by Leah, also known as kisskiss.rhinestones on Instagram. As you can see, it's this gorgeous, stunning, ribbed cardigan, and I can't tell the wrong side from the right side, apparently. I was nearly done with the sleeve. I realized I cast it inside out. So I unraveled the entire sleeve and then threw it in the corner because I did not want to look at her. I was irritated with her. I could not stand the fact that I had made such a silly mistake with her. That being said, I am excited to finish this. I love this red. It is a Filcolana Peruvian and Arwetta held double, and I just think it's going to be the juiciest little squishiest cardigan. I am anxious though because I do have to sew in a zipper, and I've never done that before. Will I be able to do it? I don't really know. I don't have hand sewing skills. I don't have a sewing machine. I can only knit. So now I've got enough on my plate, but that doesn't stop me scheming and dreaming up my next project. Number one, the poppy vest. This is designed by Marianne Stevens, and I am obsessed. It is not traditional Fair Isle, it is Fair Isle inspired, and I already knit up a freaking swatch. It's stunning, it's gorgeous. I did swatch it in the round. When I received the yarn for this project, I immediately wanted to cast on, but I held myself back, okay? Because I knew I wanted this to be a crowning achievement for me. I knew it was going to be my next step up. I knew I wanted to display this in a museum. So I only knit a swatch. And I'm taking my time. I imagine the poppy vest as an open vest style. So in order to do that, I need to steek it up the middle. Now, I am wearing a sweater that I steeked up the middle. This was an afterthought steek. I was lucky this worked out. With the poppy vest, it will be a premeditated steek. So I am first going to knit up the Lighthearted sweater vest by Clara and try my hand at steeking up that vest. And once I feel really confident, I will go ahead and knit up the poppy vest open-faced edition. One thing you'll get to know about me is I love to make modifications. It just makes knitting so much more fun when you can like play around and be creative in your own way. It's stunning, it's spectacular. In my plans for the next couple of months of knitting, I do plan to cast on another wave sweater. The original is stunning. I love her. It went viral on Instagram, and when I go onto Ravelry, I see so many projects inspired by this colorway. I think it is such a stunning pattern. I love the colors and the fibers that I chose for this project. So I will be knitting up a second one as an auction item for an advocacy group that is near and dear to my heart back home in South Dakota, the Transformation Project Advocacy Network. They're hosting a fundraiser in March. I will keep you in the loop about that because any of my South Dakotans out there that want to support trans rights in South Dakota, check out their gala fundraiser. You might be able to win this sweater. Okay. I wouldn't be dreaming and scheming, okay, without a little bit of inspiration. So number one, Pony Up Audrey. I love Pony Up Audrey's art, okay? I have it on my wall. I love it. I love the color palettes. I love the star motifs. I love the horses. And my goal is to eventually own an original piece by Pony Up Audrey. So Pony Up Audrey, if you're listening, listen, I don't have a horse, so I can't do a commission, but can I please purchase an original piece of work from you? Another artist that is inspiring me is Sam from Cést Textiles. I love Sam's work. I love the colors they choose. I love the source material that they represent in their fiber work. I particularly love this produce cardigan. I really hope that they release it as a pattern because Sam, I am lining up with my credit card ready to purchase. Please, please. If you don't release it, I will purchase the original. I will purchase the original because I love it. If you don't know Cést Textiles, definitely check them out on Instagram. They also have a YouTube page and they are also on TikTok. Every time I open an app, I see Cést Textiles and I get so excited about fiber arts and crafting in general and just what you can do with needle and thread. Speaking of needles, thread, color inspiration, Picky Femme. We've got to talk about Picky Femme. Erin is a fabulous fiber artist that is using scraps and colorwork charts to create these gorgeous collage cardigans and sweaters that are just to die for. Designing colorwork charts felt so serious and so technical, and the way that I see Erin explore colorwork charts and collaging colorwork motifs together, I love it. Actually, Erin's work directly inspired me when I knit up the ballpark vest for the World Series. Shout out to Erin, shout out to Picky Femme, go follow them on Instagram. You will not regret it, trust me. Now lastly, I found this gorgeous Viking tapestry sweater and I can't seem to find a pattern. It seems to have been machine knit. This is a pattern that is inspired by a Viking tapestry that some folks have recreated. I cannot seem to find a pattern available for it, but I do like to look at it and it is inspiring me. And maybe through the inspiration of Sam and Erin, I can somehow recreate a sort of tapestry moment like this one right here. Okay, I don't think I got a lot of knitting done with this little knitting chat, but hopefully you got some knitting done and maybe you have some jumping off points for your next projects. I do have some things planned for this channel. I'm going to explore some viral hacks for troubleshooting sweater mistakes. I really want to explore different patterns and techniques alongside of all of you. And I want to design my very first wearable garment for all of us to knit up right here in front of the internet for the whole world to see my mistakes. If you want to continue hanging out, that is just fine by me. You can also find me on Instagram under Ludadangit, or if we still have TikTok, you can find me on TikTok at Ludang. I post a lot about knitting on there as well and have been for a little while now. Thanks for hanging. Have fun, Fibre friends.